Happy weekend, baseball fans, and welcome to BBSN, coming to you on a lovely sunny Saturday morning from the hallowed grounds of my green cathedral, i.e. our pool table. And we are back at it with the 1969 alternate payoff pitch replay, and today's matchup features a game between the Montreal Expos and the New York Mets. And to start, we will go through the lineups for the Expos. Leading off and playing first base, Bob Bailey. Batting second and in left field today, Ron Fairley. Batting third in center field, Mac Jones. Batting fourth in right field, trusty Rusty Staub. Batting fifth, manning the hot corner, Coco LeBoy. Batting sixth and playing second base, Gary Sutherland. Batting seventh and catching, John Bateman. Batting eighth and playing shortstop today, Bobby Wine. And you can see him out there on the mound loosening up is Bill Stonen. The right-hander will start today for the Expos. And on your homestanding New York Mets, leading off and playing left field, Cleon Jones. Batting second, playing second base, Ken Boswell. Batting third in center field, Tommy Agee. Batting fourth and at first base against the right-hander today, Ed Kranepool. Batting fifth in right field, Art Shamsky. Batting sixth and catching, Jerry Grody. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, Bud Harrelson. Batting eighth and playing third, Wayne Garrett. And loosening up on the mound, preparing to start the game, Tom Terrific, Tom Seaver. And he had a dominating 1969. And the Expos, who do not have the most potent lineup in the league, will be hoping just to get some good wood on the ball and hopefully make some things happen today. So we are ready to go. And Bob Bailey steps in, Seaver the pitch. And 5 is going to be a tough out, which again, if he does not strike out Bailey, which 10 is going to be a strikeout. But if he would not, you would automatically go to the out column on Bailey's card and get the result there. So tough is a strikeout to start the game. And Seaver starting in the form you would expect of him as Ron Fairley steps in. And the pitch is tough. 82 will be out of range, and that will be a ground ball to second base. So 4-3 on the putout. Boswell over to Kranepool, and Seaver off to a good start. The lefty Mac Jones up. The pitch is 5, also going to be a tough out. 89 will be a ground ball to second base again. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, the Expos go down in the top of the first inning. And trying a little bit different setup here, just kind of tinkering around with things to get something that flows well and works. So we'll see how this goes. Stoneman gets set and pitches. 10 is going to be patient, and 51. And that's going to be a single for Cleon Jones. So right away, the Mets start with a base runner. And Ken Boswell will be up next. Jones gets his lead, the pitch. And that's going to be in play, 39. And that will be out of range. It'll pop up to second base. So Boswell goes down harmlessly, and Tommy Agee digs in at the box. And that's going to be a wheelhouse, 45, and that ball is gone. And the Mets jump off to a quick 2-0 lead here in the top of the first on Tommy Agee's 2-run shot into the right field bleachers. And generally, a lead early like that for Tom Terrific is all the Mets are going to need. So Kranepool is up next. And the pitch will be a in play, 17. And Cranepool keeps it going with a single. So early troubles here for Stoneman. As Art Shamsky steps into the box. Another lefty. And 8 will be tough, 49. And that will be out of range. Ground ball to third base. Shamsky's double play rating is a 5, so this will be a fielder's choice. 5-4, Cranepool is out at second base, and Shamsky on at first. 2 down now, Jerry Grody, the batter. And 6 is going to be tough, and 2 will be a strikeout. So Stoneman retires the side, but not before the Mets break through for 2 runs and an early 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. Rusty Staub is up, Seaver kicks, delivers, and 3 is going to be a defense check. And I should mention today on defense check results and also base runner advancement, I will be using the fast action cards versus the charts and die indicators. I like to mix that up once in a while. Kind of gives, I don't know, flows pretty well for me, and it saves time looking at charts, which are really not that hard with this game, but regardless. So on the defensive check, it's a range check on the second baseman. And Boswell has a range of F, so not very spiffy. 1 to 60 will be a hit. And 79, that is not. So the out result there, ground ball. And we have 1 down. Third baseman Coco LeBoy up to bat. Seaver delivers. And 5 is going to be a tough out. 14 will be a strikeout. 2 down. Seaver has all his pitches working early today. Gary Sutherland it up. The pitch is another tough out, and that's going to be a 66, which will be a fly out to center field, and the Expos go quickly again. And just a quick shout out to thanks to everyone who is subscribed or following along thus far. And hopefully you're enjoying the content. If you do have any suggestions or even any requests for future matchups as the season goes along you'd like to see recorded and posted, just leave a comment and let me know. And we're getting ready to start the bottom of the second. Bud Harrelson steps in against Stoneman. And 7 is going to be in play. 23 will be a single. So Harrelson gets things started here for the Mets. And again, I'm using the automatic steal system. So the jump number there, which is the first one, if that is equal to or less than a die roll, the batter will steal, or runner will steal on the next pitch. And not a ton of speedy guys on the Mets, or guys who steal a lot anyway. Wayne Garrett now up. Nobody out, runner on first, and that's tough. 87 will be out of range, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. 2 die 6 is 8, which is above Garrett's double play rating. So Harrelson will be out on fielder's choice. And Garrett is on first base as Tom Seaver steps in for the first time today. And that's going to be tough from Stoneman, and that will be a strikeout. So Seaver gets paid to record outs, not hits. 2 down, runner on first, Cleon Jones is up, Stoneman the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 29, or 26, sorry, and that will be a strikeout. So just like that, Stoneman, a little bit of a rough outing, but gets into a groove to get out of trouble there. And we head to the top of the third. Bateman will lead it off for the Expos. And 8 is tough. 88 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Harrelson to Crane Pool, and we have one down. The weak hitting Bobby Wine, starting at short today for the Expos, steps in, and that's going to be a tough out. 5 will be a strikeout. Seaver's third of the ball game so far. And Stoneman steps in to face his nemesis. And 6 will be a tough out. 87, tough will be a strikeout regardless. And another 1, 2, 3. Inning for Tom Terrific, who is Tom Perfect right now. And we head to the bottom of the third. Score is the Mets 2, Expos 0. Stoneman the pitch to Boswell, and that's going to be a tough 61. Fly ball to left field, one down. Tommy Agee, the center fielder. Agee took one deep, a 2-run shot for the only runs of the game thus far, and 5 will be patient, 50. And that's going to be a single, so Agee 2 for 2 now. And a 5 is just above his jump rating, so he will stay at first base. Gets his lead. Pitch to Crane Pool. 4 is Ballpark. And 8, Shea Stadium is going to be Wheelhouse. So Crane Pool on 1 to 45. And he does not go into the bleachers. Instead, it's a fly ball to right field. Agee will hold at first base, and we have 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Art Shamsky up, and the pitch is tough, 25, and Shamsky's going to double, and that's in the gap between right field and center fielder. Agee coming to third, and will he round it? He holds up at third base. So say the fast action cards. So runners at second and third now, 2 down. And Jerry Grody with a chance to extend the Mets' lead. And 8's going to be a tough 49. And Grody singles. Agee comes in to score, and that is a long single into the gap. Runner on first will only go to second, however. But Grody has the RBI. I'm sorry, runner on second will go to third. I apologize. The RBI for Grody. And the Mets now up 3-0. As Bud Harrelson steps into the plate, and that's Ballpark. 44 is going to be in play in Shea Stadium. And a 29, and that's going to be another single. So Shamsky scores, and on the advancement, has a sharp line drive, and there's runner on first base will go to third. And I did actually blow that, 2 outs. I should have been looking for the run rating and an automatic 2-base advancement. But all equals out in the end here as we have 2 runs in, and Wayne Garrett steps up. 6 will be a tough, 74 out of range will be a fly out to center field. And Stoneman, another rough inning, and the Mets now have a 4-0 lead, which generally against Seaver is insurmountable. But we've seen some crazy games so far already this season. Giants coming back in the very first game of the season from a 4-0 deficit in the top of the 9th. So anything is possible. 8 is tough, 46, and Bailey goes down on strikes. Problem is anything does not look possible the way Seaver's pitching right now. 3 is a defensive check, and that's going to be a range check on the second baseman. And again, Boswell, range of F. 38 is going to be a hit. So, a lack of a rangy second baseman spoils the perfect game, as Seaver had set down the first 10 batters. Obviously still very early, but nonetheless ruined, and Mac Jones steps in, tough out, and Seaver's going to come right back and strike him out. So 2 down now, runner on first. Rusty Staub up. 3, another defensive check, and 60 is going to be an error check on third base. And Garrett is a 3. So there we're looking at an error on a roll of 1 to 44. And that will be an error. And per the fast action cards, that is going to be a 1 base error. So Fairley moves to second. And the E5 puts Staub at first, and Coco LeBoy now. A chance to do some damage. 9 is going to be patient, 54. And out of range, ground ball is third. And this time, Garrett comes up with it cleanly over to first base, and the threat is extinguished. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning now with the score. Mets 4, Expos 0, and Tom Seaver will lead it off. Pitch from Stoneman is patient, 40, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Seaver goes down 5-3, and back to the top of the order, and Cleon Jones. Jones has singled and scored and struck out in the 2nd inning. 3 is a tough, 89, will be a ground ball to short. And we have 2 down as the Expos send it around the horn, as Boswell gets ready to hit. The pitch is in play, 36. And that's going to be out of range. And a ground ball to first base. It's going to be scooped up by Bailey, who will walk to the bag himself. And the Mets go 3 up, 3 down for the first time. And we're done with 4 full innings. Score Mets 4, Expos 0. Gary Sutherland now prepares to lead off the 5th inning. And you can see that. That's a 4 is patient, 19. And that's going to be a double for Sutherland. So Sutherland gets into a Tom Seaver fastball and drives it into the gap. He parks at second base as John Bateman steps up. 12 is tough, and 80 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Bateman goes down 6-3 for the 2nd time today. And Sutherland will hold at second base, 1 down. Bobby Wine up. And the pitch from Seaver is defense check. Again, 21 will be a range check on the shortstop. And Harrelson has a range of C. So 1 to 42 will be a hit, and 26 is a hit. And let's see what the fax says here. That will be a single, runners advance 1. So Sutherland parks at third base. And Bobby Wine is on at first. 1 down, runners at the corners, 5th inning, 4-0 deficit. Do we leave Stoneman in or take him out? And we're going to leave him in to hit for himself. Maybe a mistake. 9 is patient. And actually, 11, he draws a walk. So, Seaver in a little bit of trouble now. Bases are loaded. 1 down. Bob Bailey is up. Let's see how Seaver deals with his first adversity of the game. 10 is a ballpark, 23, and that's going to be wheelhouse. Bailey 1-42. 76. Dodges a bullet. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And that came from the wheelhouse column. So runner on third, Sutherland will score on the sac fly. And that's sacrifice 8. 1 RBI, and the Expos are on the board, 2 down, and it is now 4-1. Runners on first and second. Fairley awaits the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough out, and 88 will be a ground ball to second base. And the Expos go down, but not before they get on the board. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score: Tom Seaver and the Mets 4, Bill Stoneman and his Expos 1. Tommy Agee is up. 3 is a tough, 41. Agee strikes out. So Stoneman, as the game has gotten on, a couple of rough innings in the first and third, but he seems to be getting into a little bit of a groove. Of course, every time I say that, something happens. 7 is in play, and 63 will be out of hit range, ground ball to shortstop. And 2 down as Bobby Wine makes the play. Art Shamsky up. Stoneman's now set down 6 in a row. And the pitch is going to be patient, 78, out of range, and a fly ball to center field. Make that 7, and we're through 5 innings. Our score remains New York Mets 4, Montreal Expos 1. Tom Seaver looking to get back in the groove after a rough 5th inning. And 11 is Wheelhouse 36. And Mac Jones launches one into the right field bleachers at Shea, and it is now 4-2. As 1-0 count, fastball swinging. Jones goes deep. Seaver picks up the rosin bag as Jerry Grody comes out to have a little chat with him. He nods. Grody back to his position. Rusty Staub steps in. And 11 is going to be Wheelhouse again. This is out of range, though, and 81 will be a ground ball to second base. So Seaver putting it in the fat here in the last 2 innings, and the Expos are starting to tee off on him a little bit. 9 will be Patient, 78, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field, 2 down. Gary Sutherland steps in. And Sutherland has doubled and scored. And the pitch from Seaver is in play. 99 is going to be a fly out to left field. So after the leadoff home run, Seaver sets the Expos down 1-2-3. However, they cut the lead in half, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Score: Mets 4, Expos 2. Jerry Grody steps up. And the pitch from Stoneman is 8, tough, 72. Will be a fly ball to center field. That's 8 in a row now for Stoneman. And him and Seaver seem to have exchanged personas at some point during the game. 9 will be Patient, and 24. And that's going to be a walk to Harrelson as Wayne Garrett steps up. Gets a sign. Pitch from Stoneman. 11 is a defensive check. 62 is going to be an error check on the third baseman, Coco LeBoy. And LeBoy is a 3. So error 1-44. And 15 is an error. And the fast action card says on an error to the third baseman, 1 base, so LeBoy bobbles it. Harrelson pulls into second base, and Garrett stands at first. Each team has an error now, and 1 down, 2 on. Tom Seaver up. And Seaver is going to sacrifice. And 11, 2-12 is a sacrifice. And 5, the sacrifice bunt goes to the third baseman. So runners move up to second and third. 5-3 for Seaver, sacrifice, and we are back to the top of the order. 2 runners in scoring position for Cleon Jones. There are, however, 2 outs. Stoneman prepares to deliver. 10 is patient, and 49. And that's going to be a single. Let's see what that... single sharp liner drops in front of the left fielder. Runner on second advances 1 base in a choice. Obviously, the runner on third will score. Okay, we are back. Sorry, we had a little dog interruption there. Cleon Jones has singled, and runner on third, Garrett, is going to test the arm of left fielder Fairley. Garrett's run rating is a 7, and Fairley has an 8 for an arm. So, on 7 or less, he is safe. Or 9 or more, he is out. And 5, and he is going to come in and score. So, Cleon Jones, a 2-run single. And now that extends the Mets' lead to 6-2. And some breathing room for Tom Terrific there. And with 6 runs in now, Stoneman, and he will hit third for the Expos in the 7th. And manager comes to the mound. They're debating whether to take him out. There are 2 outs. Ken Boswell is up. Stoneman is now fatigued as he has given up 6 runs. And it looks like they are going to let Stoneman stay in the game. So he will be fatigued. All they need him to do is get 1 more batter out, and they can pinch hit for him. And Boswell, 5 is going to be in play, 67, and that will be out of range, ground ball to shortstop. So he's able to get out of the inning without further damage, but the Mets tack on 2 more, and we head to the 7th. The score now, New York 6 and Montreal 2. And so next inning, when the Mets come up, the Expos will have a new pitcher on the mound. And it looks like the lefty, Don Shaw, will be up in the bullpen, and he will be the Expos pitcher when the Mets come to bat in the 7th. So Tom Seaver with a comfortable lead now as John Bateman steps in. Bateman has grounded out twice to shortstop today. And the pitch from Seaver is a tough out, 69, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And A.G. camps comfortably under it, squeezes it, gets it back in, 1 down as Bobby Wine steps up to the plate. And the pitch is tough out, 60, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. 2 down now on the put out from Boswell at the crane pull. And we will have a pinch hitter. And the Expos go to their bench, and they're going to select Ty Klein to come up and hit. Klein is a left-handed batter. Seaver toes the rubber, winds up, here comes pitch. 6 is tough out, and 74 will be a fly out to center field. So Klein goes down, and we go into the 7th inning stretch now with the Mets holding on to a comfortable 6-2 lead. All right, and the fans are done with their rendition of the old ball game. Everybody here is feeling happy in New York with the Mets up comfortably. And Tommy Agee stands in against Don Shaw. And the 7th inning is underway. 6 will be in play, and 20 is going to be a base hit. So Agee, he is now 3 for 4, 2 singles and a 2-run homer. He has also scored 2 runs, having a good day for the Mets. Ed Kranepool, who has never seen a left-hander he liked. And with a big lead, normally he would be pinch hit for, but he's going to be left in. And 9 will be patient, 37, against the lefty. And that's going to be actually a walk. So Kranepool cannot hit left-handed pitchers, but he can get on base via walk. And Art Shamsky, another lefty-on-lefty matchup, comes up. And the pitch is going to be in play, 28. And Shamsky singles. And that's going to be a long single into the gap to center field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Runner on second scores. So the Mets continue to pile it on. Now 7-2 after a 1-run single by Shamsky. Agee scores, and Kranepool resides at third base. Jerry Grote is up. The pitch, 3 is in play, 77, and that is going to be a fly out to center field. And runner will hold on that. So 1 down. Bud Harrelson up to the plate. The switch hitter. And that's going to be in play, 55. And that will be a fly out to right field. And again, result of in play, the runner on third will hold. So 2 down, runners at the corner. Wayne Garrett up. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup here. And 4 is ballpark. 32 with the left-hander is going to be in play at Shea. And the in-play roll is a 42, and that's going to be a ground ball to first base. 3 unassisted, but 7 are done, and the Mets have tacked on yet another. And we head to the 8th inning now with the Mets up 7-2, and Bob Bailey will look to lead the comeback. Long odds against Tom Seaver. 8 is a tough, and 50 is going to be a strikeout. And that is the 3rd time that Bailey has gone down on strikes today. Seaver has his number. And for the game, Tom Terrific has a total of 8 strikeouts. Runner fairly up. 7 is going to be in play, 35. 35 will be a ground ball to first base. Kranepool picks it up, goes to the bag. And we have 2 quick outs. Mac Jones, and the pitch from Seaver is a patient, 96, and that's going to be a fly out to right field. So 1, 2, 3, a quick inning for the Expos, and they are running out of time as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Our score, Mets 7, Expos 2. Tom Seaver will lead it off against Don Shaw. And 10 is going to be patient, 22. And Seaver singles. So Seaver, not known as a good hitting pitcher. He is now 1 for 3 on the day. He has also struck out and had a sacrifice back in the 6th inning. Cleon Jones steps up as the Mets continue to look to pour it on here. And Shaw's a little bit wild. 8 is going to be tough, 68. And that will be a fly out to center field. Runner on first holds. 1 down. Ken Boswell up. Shaw deals. 8 is tough, 72. And that's going to be another fly out to center field. So this inning, Jones is getting some work out there for the Expos. Tommy Agee. And Agee has been the offensive star of the game thus far. He is 3 for 4. He has scored 3 runs and has a 2-run home run. Shaw kicks and delivers. 5 is patient. 21. Against the lefty, Agee draws a walk. So he continues to be a thorn in the Expos side today. And Ed Kranepool, who again is not a good hitter against lefties, but walked against Shaw last time. And throw is a patient, and 5, and he does it again. So Kranepool, his second walk. And runners now at first and second, and Art Shamsky. 2 down, 2 on. And the pitch is ballpark 0-4, and that's going to be wheelhouse, and Shamsky 1-55, and this could get ugly. And instead, it's a harmless ground ball to second base. Inning over. And he had his pitch right down the center. He missed it, big fat fastball, and instead grounds out to second base, and the 8th inning is complete. We go to the top of the 9th. Your score, Mets 7, Expos 2. Seaver looking to go the distance here. Some stirring in the Mets bullpen just in case. The pitch. And that's going to be in play 20. And that's going to be a single for Staub. So there is a brief, sparse, scarce flicker of light for the Expos here in the top of the 9th. Staub on first, Coco LeBoy up. 7 is in play, and 70 is going to be ground ball to second base. 7, and LeBoy will beat the relay. So Staub out 4-6. LeBoy on at first on a fielder's choice as he just legs that out. Gary Sutherland steps in. 9 is patient, and 62. And that's going to be a ground ball to short again. And 9 will be outside of range, another fielder's choice. So LeBoy out. 4-6, sorry. And 2 down now. Sutherland on at first. John Bateman, the last hope for the Expos. Seaver winds. And the pitch is tough out. This ball game is going to be over. Just a matter of how. And that's a ground ball to second base. And scooped up by Boswell over to Kranepool. And he squeezes it. The game is over. So in the top of the 9th, the Expos go down. 1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left. And our final today from Shea Stadium in New York, the New York Mets 7, Montreal Expos 2. Your player of the game, Tommy Agee, 3 for 4 on the day, 2 singles, a home run, and a walk. He scored 3 times and drove 2 in. Tom Seaver, the complete game, strikes out 8. And the Mets are off to a good start to the 1969 season, 1-0. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and we will see you later.